But see, they've been comparing, some have been comparing that to Tom Cruise's part in...
that one movie?
Yeah, that one movie. I can't even think of it now. Where you couldn't even recognize him.
Oh. Okay.
You know, and it'll come to me.
Sure.
But Tom was in that movie a lot longer.
Okay.
But no, and so they were saying, oh, you can't recognize him. But the clip
Yeah,
I
you
saw,
can.
yeah, that's what I
You
thought.
can tell.
Now, my 22-year-old went to see it. Mm-hmm. He loved it. He thought it was a very good movie.
Yeah.
The soon-to-be 18-year-old went with misconceptions because he thought it was a comedy. He had heard that it was a comedy. And
It's
so
not,
he's thinking
right. It's
comedy,
not a
comedy.
full-blown
And it's,
comedy.
No, and he said, wasn't that funny? And I
It's
said,
dark
well,
humor.
Yeah, that's
is
what I
it
told him.
is. Yeah.
So, but Quentin Tarantino has that quirk, like you mentioned, that quirky dark humor.
Yes. If you appreciate that, you'll like this movie.
Cool.
But I'd be curious to know what our theater thought of it, because when we went, it was full. It was on a
Right.
Sunday afternoon, which surprised me. Full, but many of the more mature population
Oh, okay.
were in the theater, and I
that
thought,
might remember World War II
well, then I thought maybe they think this is like a World War II
movie.
movie. And it's not. I mean, it's set in World War II, but it's not like a historical, like Saving Private Ryan or something like that.
Right.
So I'd be curious to know what they thought of it. So
Okay.
if that's what you think, that's not what it is.
Okay.
It's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Well, that's on the list.
The music was great.
Okay.
It was well put together. The editing was good. It
Well,
was all good.
that's on my list to go see, hopefully this weekend. But it's just, I know.
Sure, Bob.
By the way, that's your number one movie over the week, $38 million. To put it at number one, dropping District 9 down to number 2. And I talked with Loader Geek because Peter Jackson's involved in this.
Right.
And he wakes up every morning, and the first thing he does before kissing the wife good morning and seeing the kids off and stuff is he gets on the web and checks all of the Loader Geek websites. You laugh, but it's true.
Oh, boy.
And they're already talking about a District 10.
Oh, they totally set it up for
Yeah.
that, don't you think?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And so, and when they moved, and I'm not spoiling anything, but when they moved the aliens, they were moving them out of District 9
To District 10.
District 10. So, yeah, it was set up, and I guess there's already talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
G.I. Joe falls to 3rd, Time Traveler's Wife in at 4th, Julie and Julia at 5th. The wife went to see Time Traveler's Wife. Mm-hmm. She found it a bit confusing, because, again, it bounces back and forth. Jumps all over.
Yeah.
She said the book was better.
It always is.
And the more people I talk to, they say that the ending of the book, which I have not read, is much better than the ending of the movie. So I don't know if
go to the bookstore, flip to the end of the book, and
There you go.
read the end.
There you go.
Then go to the movie.
Now, I didn't rent, but I watched one rented movie and then one on TV. Mm-hmm. The one rented movie I watched, and I just kind of stumbled into the early parts of it and could not pull myself away.
Ooh.
Super Troopers.
What?
I have never seen Super Troopers before.
That's horrible. I can't believe you were
Oh, come
drawn
on.
to it.
Come on. Saint Anki beer?
Something wrong with
You know, I now see where Reno 911 comes from.
Right.
Because I didn't realize that Reno 911 came from
Yes.
basically based on this movie.
Yes.
But even the wife was watching it until, certain...
I can't believe she watched it.
Well, not very long.
She has standards.
Yeah, and then all of those sudden those standards were, shattered, and she's like, I'm not watching this. So, but it was funny stupid, or stupid funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it was... It was
Stupid.
It was stupid, but there were some funny parts.
To you.
And then last night, the family sat down because on ABC Family last night was Pinocchio. And
Like the original Pinocchio?
The original Pinocchio.
Oh.
Which, we saw listed in the TV Guide channel and said, oh, Pinocchio's on. So we flipped it over. And through the entire movie, I was trying to remember the last time I actually watched Pinocchio.
Right.
And it may have been when I was a kid.
And you're
It may
old,
be-
so
yeah.
that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago because I don't ever remember. I mean, the wife has it on VHS somewhere
Right.
in the house.
Sure.
But when Matt was little, I don't ever remember, getting him Pinocchio. His movie was 101 Dalmatians.
Oh.
over and over and over. He'd sit right there and he'd watch 101 Dalmatians. Then he'd hit rewind and hit play again. It was
Now we know why he is the way he is.
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But and there were a lot of parts of Pinocchio that I didn't remember, believe it or not. I mean, where they take the boys to the, what is it, Pleasure Island? Is that what it's called?
I hardly remember Pinocchio.
Well,
I haven't seen it since I was
They take
a
like
kid.
all of these runaway, these bad boys, for example, and some mean guy boats them off to this Pleasure Island where they turn them loose and let them drink and smoke and roughhouse and be naughty, and then somehow they all turn into donkeys and they get shipped off to the salt mines. And I mean, I can see back then, teaching the kids a lesson that if you're naughty little boys,
you get turned into
a no, they say jackass.
Oh.
They say jackass in Pinocchio.
Jackass is in the Bible. It's permittable.
I know. But I just, because my young he's like,
He was stunned.
they're like, they said jackass in Pinocchio.
It's because the word has become
I know.
bastardized.
So, but, and it wasn't bad. It was just, I had forgotten a lot of it.
Yeah, I hardly remember any of it.
It's
been a long time.
So that's what I did. I did the Pinocchio.
Wow, Bob, you have a great life.
And see, I did not realize that only once in the movie does Pinocchio's nose grow. See, I thought I remembered it 3 or 4 different times. But no, just once. When he's lying to the blue fairy.
Yeah, I would have guessed it would have done it more times, too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So.
It's a touching movie, though.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew the ending.
Yeah.
So.
Geppetto, you gotta love him.
And Jiminy Cricket is mouthy in this movie.
He's like that time's Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be your conscience.
Right.
But he's a little mouthy in this movie. You got to remember, this goes all the way back to the 40s.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, Jiminy's,
Jiminy's all wound up.
Not as nice as we thought he was.
He's not politically correct.
Hey, if you went to see a movie, of course, we always invite your emails to be a part of our program that we like to call Viewer Mail.
Yes.
And we got a couple into us from the last couple of days. For example, Brenda went to see Juli and Julia. Loved it. We'll buy it when it comes out on DVD.
Wow. That's serious when you commit to the DVD.
You got to go see it.
I'm going to. I think I'm going to.
You got to go see it. It's good.
I will.
Let's see here.
Get off my back.
Jewel went to see Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Said it was okay. Almost giddy in parts.
Okay.
Lol. So.
Lol.
Lol.
Okay.
That's how the kids say it now. The kids in school, they're like lol.
Oh, boy.
Instead of LOL, they're just lol. So, and then Mike went to see, or rented, The Unborn, Uninvited.
I think they're 2 different movies.
Oh, okay. Neither title.
The Unborn was the one where they were coming for the soul, and then The Uninvited was the stepmom one, I think.
That's right. Yeah. He said very good horror movies. Had some good jump out of your seat moments and kept you informed of why this creepy stuff was happening with a good ending. That was The Unborn.
Mm-hmm.
For The Uninvited, it was so good, even though I was duped at the end. Clearly, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. I thought I've seen every scenario in a horror movie, but not this time. Good movie, great ending. If you want to be creeped out, rent these 2 movies.
Okay.
But there are people that like those creepy movies.
Oh, I do. Mm-hmm. You just turn all the lights off in the house. You put them on like Silence of the Lambs. You can't beat that.
Right.
When you want to be creeped out. Clarice.
I'd rather not.
Fava beans.
Or something like that.
You like
now,
it.
Speaking of creeped out.
Yes.
There are 2 movies opening this weekend that are supposed to creep you out.
Why? It is August.
I know. I don't understand
either. Keep going.
But the first is The Final Destination. Not to be confused with Final Destination 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
This is now The Final Destination.
Right, in 3D.
Whoops.
Hey.
Sorry.
In 3D in
some
places.
3D? Oh, okay.
Yes.
A group of friends escape a deadly accident thinking they've cheated death, only to get killed off one by one in increasingly gruesome ways.
That just ruins it. Like we wouldn't have known that was going to happen.
Well, but it's a freaky movie, so
even though that happened in all 3 of the other movies, it doesn't mean it's going to happen in this one.
That's true. Halloween 2 also opens in wide release today.
Yes.
Director Rob Zombie picks up right where he left off with the next terrifying, not the last, but the next terrifying chapter of Michael Myers.
He is dirty, creepy. If you want to...
Who's that, Rob Zombie?
Yeah, he totally freaks you out.
Oh, I know.